Hi, I'm Jessy Rose, and today I'm going to talk to you about selling your home when you're behind on your mortgage. So first things first, disclaimer, I am not your attorney. I cannot give you legal advice on YouTube. Sometimes people call me and say, I'm behind on my mortgage. I have to sell my house. Now, if you want to sell your home, certainly give me a call. But if you don't want to sell your home, you just feel like you have to, then this video is for you. Rule number one is do not procrastinate. There's a natural tendency that we all have, we all do it, to avoid these things, but don't do that. The foreclosure process can start in 120 days, so you have a certain period of time to mitigate, and I'm going to talk to you about some of your options. If your problem is COVID related, I'll address that towards the end of the video, but please keep in mind that COVID related is interpreted very liberally. There are some programs that will provide financial assistance to you even if you were already in default before COVID. So I'll talk about COVID relief later. Right now, I'm talking about relief that's just available to anyone and everyone who might be behind on their mortgage. So number one, the Oregon Housing and Community Services Agency. This is a state agency, and I am going to drop their link on the first comment under this video so you can quickly navigate to their webpage. This agency has a lot of money and they want to give it to you. So take advantage of that, okay? So step one would be contacting them and getting put in touch with a housing counselor. Foreclosure avoidance counseling is free in Oregon, and most every county has that available to you at no charge. Now, a housing counselor could help you negotiate with your lender. You may be able to develop a repayment plan, forbearance, a loan modification, or you may be able to defer your arrears to the end of the loan. And that's something that a housing counselor would be able to explain to you more in depth. Another option is to talk to an attorney. So there are tons of state and federal statutes that set up procedures that must be followed by lenders, and very frequently they don't do it. So an attorney would be able to talk with you about how to potentially delay that process if some of those procedures were not followed. It might give you a little bit of leverage if something wasn't done correctly, and these loans change hands so many times. Frequently things aren't done just perfectly correctly, and a lawyer will find it. So feel free to contact me if you want me to put you in touch with that sort of an attorney. The other option, which sounds really scary, is bankruptcy. However, bankruptcy attorney would be able to talk with you about whether they could keep you in your home. You could potentially save your home or at least some of your equity. And having practiced law in the past, I know a lot of great bankruptcy attorneys in Oregon. So again, reach out to me if you think that might be an option for you, or if you just want to explore it as a possibility. Moving on to COVID-specific relief. So I spoke earlier about Oregon Housing and Community Services. That agency has what's called the Homeowners Assistance Fund. It's a large amount of money that was given by the U.S. Treasury to that agency to help people that were affected or impacted by COVID. So you'll want to reach out to that agency first. There's also a really great website. It's called the National Consumer Law Center, NCLC. They have a really easy to navigate website, and they have a chart that shows you all the different kinds of relief provided from COVID relief funds, and they even get more specific about exactly what kind of loan you have, whether it's FHA, conventional, USDA. So that's a great resource for you if you had that issue. Between those two organizations, I think you will definitely find what you need if you think you might be eligible for COVID relief funds. And I'll just say it again, it's interpreted very liberally with regard to whether it was COVID that caused your hardship. If there's any chance that COVID is the reason or made things worse for you, made things harder for you, definitely contact those agencies just to make sure. You might as well leave no stone unturned if you're trying to keep your home. So if you want to sell your home and you've exhausted all those possibilities or you know they don't apply to you, certainly give me a call. I work with Total Real Estate Group. It's a boutique brokerage with great real estate agents throughout the state of Oregon. I'm Jessy Rose, and I'm an attorney and a licensed Oregon Realtor. Buying or selling real estate is a legal transaction, so legal skills are a benefit. My channel is about all things Oregon real estate, and I'll be exploring all the awesome parts of Oregon. So subscribe now and give me a call so we can go look at some properties.